I'm grateful to God I didn't go through that with him. But I know the shit that he shared with me and the stuff that he told me. And then in my profession, the many men that I've counseled and I've talked to, the stories that they told me, I've apologized to plenty of men. As a woman, I apologize to them. Period. I didn't do everything right either, but I didn't do shameful things with my kids. I wasn't no A1 mother. There ain't no handbook that come with that shit. So it is what it is. We all gonna make mistakes. We all. And I've made plenty of them. I take ownership of my shit. My kids have said things to me that hurt, but it's real. I hurt them. I hurt them. So this is shit that's real. It is what it is. Ain't nobody exempted. Everybody point their fingers at people, telling people how wrong they are and what the hell they doing and how they doing stuff. You can't throw rocks living in a glass house.
I think that I think that we live in a duality. I think we live in duality. You know, there is a good and there is a bad. You know, and you
but what is good and what is bad?
Let me explain. You can almost use that.
I said the artificial construct.
Yeah. Duality is just something that exists on this plane. That's why that light bulb works, negative and positive. It just exists on this plane. Either you going by the will of God or you going by free will. Everybody just think they can do whatever. The only reason Lucifer couldn't even survive in that dimension was because he wanted to do what he wanted to do. So he's free down here. He can do what the fuck he want to do. You know what I'm saying? And that's why when everybody just think they can just go and do what they want and nobody judging, why all of a sudden in biblical context there's judgment. You know what I'm saying? There's supposed to be judgment. That because I was raised around the same. I'm Kansas City, Missouri, Midwest, same street, same scenario. I just chose no tattoo. I said, even when I was 24, I'm in the strip club industry. You know what I'm saying? I was raised by women, strippers, pimps, hustlers, prostitutes, drug dealers, politicians, all of that type of stuff. That's the stuff I'm raised by. Just like you say, I had the same scenario. Gunshots, shooting, killing, doing all of that type of stuff. I just chose not to drape it on me. It's the same stuff we all talking about. I'm in the same scenario. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to kid myself into thinking that there isn't right and wrong and there isn't some type of judgments that need to happen. Because other than that, we all just need to live the wild, wild west. And everybody just need to do whatever the fuck they want to do. Just do whatever. Everybody. Because if we ain't going to have no judgment, my grandmother didn't teach me like that. She the one that said, well, I said, don't do that now. Well, I said, when I'm sitting in there eating in that kitchen by myself with her, these are things she's telling me. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing my uncle smack bunch of white girls. I'm seeing them being police officers taking people drugs. You know what I'm saying? Doing all that type of stuff. I'm seeing all that stuff in Kansas City. I've been to Detroit, St. Louis, all that Midwest stuff. I done seen it. But the whole thing is, I'm thinking in my mind, damn, I got to go a different route. That there is a good and a bad. But the way I'm listening to everything, it just seems like you can't say nothing, nobody can say nothing, nobody can teach nothing, nobody, that everybody just be what you are and come to them commerce and come to all of these scenarios. No, there is a good and an evil, there's a right and a wrong. And we just have to make the right decisions to do it. I'm not better than nobody, nobody's better than me. I never looked at it like that.
Well, it was so nice meeting you, gentlemen.
Pleasure.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Good luck. Look.
It's an honor. You're looking at one of my hands.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Honor. You hear me? I need you because I work with, you know what I'm saying, suicidal teenagers. Mm-hmm. And I work at Emory Hospital.
Oh, okay.
I would love for y'all to talk to them. And I am honored to be with you. Thank you.
Good luck.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And I'm going to eat. You finna eat too?
I hope so.
All right, y'all.
I will say I enjoyed y'all telling y'all testimony. Seriously. Because
Does this help you?
yeah, let me tell you why. Because it helps you understand where people come from. Like your path, your journey. Like even though we say everybody's different, everybody comes from different backgrounds, and like when you spoke about from 5 to 11, that's deep, you know. Cause nowadays, well, I'm just saying for me, You can't just look at a person like I would never even thought that. I think you see my face when you said what you said. I'm like, one woman told me, because I never, where I come from, I ain't hear that. It probably was going on, but I didn't know it. But one day she say, I got molested by my dad. And she say, and I'm just looking at her. She say, you can't relate to this kid. And I'm just looking at her. I'm quiet, because I'm like, huh? She say, now I'm finna put you in my shoes. Imagine your dad doing something to you. And I'm like, I don't even want to think about it. Like, I couldn't even go that far, you know. And I'm like, wow. So when we was quick to say, yeah.
Well, for males, because like, you know, social service is my background. There are tons of males, and there's probably, it could be just as many males that's been molested as females.
That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah, it's just as many males, but they don't talk about it.
Nope, you don't hear nothing
And
about
most,
it.
it's not uncommon to hear.
Yeah.
It's not uncommon to hear a woman say that I was raped or molested by a family. I was raped by a family member.
See what I'm saying? Like, that's
because you never fully understand the story until you watch it going backwards.
Right.
Exactly.
It's not uncommon, and those of us who are actually getting help and healing from it can talk about it.
Right.
Those who are not getting help and healing won't talk about it.
All right. You'll hear
They're
them pop out.
acting about it.
Yep.
You know, they're using drugs, they're promiscuous, they do a lot of things to cover that pain instead of understanding it wasn't our fault.
Right.
And it's okay to heal.
You know, I think that in 20, do you have an extra charger? Because my phone's finna die.
This one's still on red too.
Okay. I think that it I think the type of conversations that should be held are conversations where people come in after they've had to practice, because this is not an easy thing. People come into a conversation knowing we're about to have a conversation. You need to be willing.
I know, that was my stomach or yours.
Mine. Dang, I'm sorry.
You need.
Happened simultaneously.
And if ain't nobody said nothing, I'd have kept going. See, that's the thing. You gotta be able to skill. Just keep it going. If people have a conversation, be willing to come and have a conversation with the willingness to let everything, every belief system that you have, to die. If people come into a conversation and be willing to know that what I come in believing, I may need to relearn something. Because a lot of us, when you get to a place, I consider, this is just something that I've gotten. When you come to a place of knocking at the door of maturity and wisdom, you are willing to relearn. For anyone, and people have done this, people, we say celebrities or, you know, people that's, you know, sing, and they'll say, I didn't know it was a homeless issue. I never knew there was a homeless issue in the United States. I never knew that males were being sexually abused as children. When people can say that anytime in 2000 and anything, that is a sign that they have not, I don't know what their environment, whatever it was not a very healthy environment. Because every environment that everybody travels, it should be so diverse that the majority of the people that's in your circle have not been on your block. But people, because of the comfort, they want to attract who they are. They want to be around people that they're comfortable with. Make me uncomfortable. Because that's the only way that I'm ever going to sit up there and be able to be effective wherever it is that I'm sent to. To sit up and say that men do not know that men have been sexually assaulted, abused, mistreated, men, since the beginning of time. To sit up and be able to say, I did not know anything about that, then here's the thing, that means there's a part of you that you don't even know. Because we get to be able, I'm telling you, we are all each other's mirror. And whenever you get to hear something that you've never been through, that is when that gratitude should take over. You said that just wasn't part of my boot camp. Because everybody's